Yeah. So we're working out, but I'm kind of resting between a set. And I'm thinking, people oftentimes say they don't have time to work out, but I think most time it's just that they just don't want to, they just can't be bothered. Because really, if you do a mediocre workout consistently, you will see some, uh, what would I call that? Mild changes, probably even good changes, because you're consistent. No, I would consider a mediocre workout being less than effective, something that you don't necessarily feel pressure, because you have to build up pressure, stress on your body to tear muscles for them to grow. So I would say, of course, a workout will consist of, say, I guess we'd call them routines or exercises. So let's call them exercises to keep it simple. So let's say, for instance, you're doing biceps. You would want to do less than, say, three exercises, right? So one could be, um, let's say you're doing dumbbell curls. That's an exercise. Barbell curls. That's another exercise. There's another one that I call preachers, which is really a dumbbell curl, just the same, but in a different position, right? And you could do other exercises. Like for me, I have limited the number of exercises I do down to three now. I used to do a lot more when I spend more time doing it, but it's kind of difficult doing them consistently and doing them within the time frame, because oftentimes I work up to 9 o'clock, 9:30, sometimes 10, and I have to squeeze in the workouts, right? So let's say I did those three. Depending on the weight of your barbells or your dumbbells, you want to keep your reps at a point where you feel the strain. So let's say, for instance, I used to do my barbell curls with, what did I start with? I think I started with, those are like 15, yeah, 15 pounds each, right? And I used to go all the way up to 25. When I got to 25, I increased the weights to 25. Yeah, put 10 pounds on each side, right? To 25. And then I started doing about 12 reps. And as I got stronger, I went to 20 reps and I went to 25 reps. I haven't been as consistent as I once was, so I haven't moved up in weights. But I think I'll within probably the next 2 months I'll be going to 30. No, I'm going to put on 10 pounds. So it's going to be 35, right? Right. Um, my barbells, I used to do barbell curls at 60 pounds, but then I realized even though it got a good I got some good workouts, I wouldn't be pushing myself to the point where I would get maximum impact. So what I did was bring it down to 40, and now I can consistently lift the weights without swinging them. So I got that good workout, right? Uh, in probably the next, if I was more consistent, I would have gone up back to 60, but probably in the next 3 to 4 months, I'll be going back to 60, right? Because it's important to push yourself, but not damage yourself, because not getting injured is important to me. I'm doing 40 pounds with my barbells at 25 reps. Once I reach 25, that's my max out. When I go to 60, I'm going to go down to about 12 or 15. Then I'm going to go to 20. Then I'm going to 25. When I've sort of plateaued strong enough to manage those, I'm going to go to 80. Right? Just checking if this thing is still recording. Now, that's how I work out. And if I was more consistent, I would have surpassed this. Of course, diet is important. So eating healthy. Oh, and I haven't been taking protein shakes for the longest while. So it's just recently I started blending some peanuts and what do you call that now? Milk powder, right? To get a bit more protein. Of course, I eat eggs every day, but I'm pretty sure that's not the best protein intake. But the point is, being consistent is important, you know, and being methodical. And you don't even have to be, to be honest, I'm not as methodical as people who are really serious about working out. I'm just trying to fit it into my life because I know it's important, right? So I have a book that I keep a journal of all my workouts. At some point, when my situation has improved, I get more convenient equipment. I'm going to increase because I like for some exercises. So, like for instance, back and shoulders, I will do 5 exercises. I used to do 5 for everything. For legs, I do 5 as well. But some days when I have, worked up into the night, like, I'm finishing like 9:30, 10, then I'll decrease it to my 3 most effective exercises, right? So that way I can get maximum impact. So, like, when was it? Was it last night? Yeah, I did 5 exercises, and based on how late it was, I cut one exercise down from 5 sets to 3 sets, and then one that was very effective, I kept it at 5, right? Because I didn't want to strain myself too much. Plus, the previous night I did not get good sleep, and that does have an impact on your workout. I was thinking of drinking coffee kind of late to use that as a pre-workout, but then it would have affected my sleep, and I wanted to work out, go do some more work, because yes, like 12, 1, 2 o'clock, I'm still doing work. I wanted to do some workout, do some work before going to bed. So I had to factor all of those things in, you know. But the thing is, try to be consistent. So last week I was doing a lot of very physically demanding stuff with my job, and so I think I only worked out twice, because I work out almost every day, focusing on different muscle groups. But was it 1 or 2 days? Oh yeah, Sunday was one day, Monday was the other, right? And Tuesday to Friday, I really screwed up. Like every day I just came almost tired. In my mind, I said I was going to work out, but it didn't work out. I didn't get to. But Saturday, I tried to make up for it, and I did. Hold on, I think. Oh, I think the Friday night. Oh no, it was Saturday, right? So Saturday I made up for it. I went for a 5K run. Then in the night, I I took a walk, spent too long walking. Almost didn't get to do my leg workouts, but I ended up squeezing them in, right? And that worked out fine. And interestingly enough, did some good stretches before my run, so I wasn't sore for very long. Like I had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way up to today's like Friday night now, and I haven't felt major soreness, which I often do, you know. But the fact is, I choose to work out, and so um, missing days, I just try and make up for it. But I guess a lot of people choose not to, I would think, you know. But I thought I'd just share that. I need to go knock out 2 more sets. Like for instance, I'm doing chest. Now, I will say chest is the one that mentally I can undergo the pain more than other workouts. And because I've overcome that hurdle, I will push myself to do chest multiple times per week. So, like for instance, just giving you an idea now. And sometimes you have to use wisdom. So, like what I used to do is I would do well, I started out doing push-ups, which is the most strenuous on your chest. Excellent workouts. I would do flats, then I would do decline, which is that one, and then I would do incline, and those were highly effective. But they would be a little bit strenuous on my lower back, and many times I think if unprepared, it could really strain you, and I would need to uh, put enough rest periods in between sets. Now, when you're low on time, you can't do it. Like for instance, now it's about 11:30 or something like so 11:30 p.m. And so I can't space my workout. So what I've chosen to do is do bench press. So I'm currently on the flat. Um, on a good night, when I start early enough, I'll do on the flat, then I do on the decline, and then on the incline. The incline is a little bit easier. I could like move um, I could move this workbench here and do it on it, and that would be my incline. The decline would be putting my legs up on here and then, going down to the floor. Right. Um, Tonight it's not so convenient, but rather than rub myself, so I would do five sets of reps of 25. So it'd be 25 reps per set, 5 sets for each, right? So decline, incline, flat, right? For chest, I don't. If I'm going to do more than 3 exercises, it would be those push-ups and then probably bench press, which is a similar effect. However, lifting weights above my head is easier than lifting my entire body weight. So today is just a typical night, which is me running out of time. So I've chosen to do, instead of doing 5 sets, I'm going to do 7. And there's a mental hurdle. I fool myself each night. So I'll do 5, then I'll say, if I did 5, why not just do 2 more and do 7? So I'm at the 5th one now, but normally I do them in 2 sets. So I do 1 set, put the weights down, rest a little bit, don't go on my phone or anything, do another set, get 2 out the way, then I might check my Instagram, watch like 2 videos, or drink some water, do the notation in my book, go back, do another 2 sets. So really, I'm actually messing up. I'm actually trying to break myself into making videos just to get my thoughts recorded. Because to be honest, I'm always getting very profound things to say, but I never get them on video. Like sometimes I'll just make notes, and then the the real flow of expression is just gone by the time, like the days after. So sometimes I'm thinking, just take the phone up and just record. Sometimes I'm making a cup of tea and I'm like, and I go and make some notes. But really, I should just be recording. So I'm actually trying to practice that now. This is the first time doing it, where some thoughts just come to my mind and I'm just going to record. And then this phone I have just doesn't have a lot of storage. But what was I saying? Right, so I was on set 5. I'm going to just say, okay, not going to write it in the book. I'm just going to go right ahead, knock in 2 more sets, 7. And then what I normally do is, I say, well, if I'm on 7, why not just do 10? And then when I get the 10 done, I'll say, might as well just do 12. Now, the reason why I would do this is, if I start early enough, which is like after 7, after 8, I can get the time to make the adjustment to my workbench, so I can do the decline and the incline. That all of that with rest and so on is very time consuming, and so it is easier now that I'm short on time to just do a whole bunch of, well, 12 sets, 10, 7 sets of flat push up, of flat bench press, than to do, well, it would be 3 times 5, 15. So like on a day like this, if I start early enough, let's say after 9, gives me some good time, I might push myself and just do 15. Because if I was doing push-ups, I was doing different types of exercises, I would be doing 15 anyway. That's my reason. Right. So what I oftentimes do too is, if it's a day like this when I might just do 7, I might say, okay, today is Friday. Um, why not try bench press on Monday again after the soreness and the healing has actually gone on, and just go ahead and do bench press again. And if I even end up just doing 7, the fact that I'm consistent causes growth. Just on that very fact. Because I could go and do uh, 20 sets of 25 tonight, which is very extreme. And then an entire week passes and I don't do anything for that muscle group. There won't be as much growth as if I did 7 tonight and 7 in the next 4 days. Hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. Anyway, this is the first of this type of format, but I don't even know how aligned my head is, to be honest. But I'm trying. I'm just a dude trying. This isn't one of those days when I'm getting something very profound to say, but I thought, well, the YouTube algorithm likes when you make uploads, so why not just do a recording? So I'll try and upload this tonight, get rid of it from the phone, and then perhaps tomorrow, if something profound comes to my mind, I'll just say it again and upload it. Who knows? This might be the start of something great. So, see you guys. Hope you feel inspired to start your fitness journey. And if not, keep watching and hopefully I can persuade you to start. Peace.